as the Broncos look to mount a comeback, sinking line drive past the glove of the right fielder Williams. Flint will get the wave. Sophia Romero digging for three. They're going to send her. Throw at the plate. Not in time. An inside the park home run for Sophia Romero. Clinch out a run rule victory tonight. A base hit to the outfield will do it. Maya Flint says, forget the base hit. How about a walk-off shot? Goodbye home run. A walk-off tater for Maya Flint. Boise State clinches it in phenomenal fashion in game. Does square one up high and deep to center field, all the way to the wall. Goodbye home run. Georgia Kreider, a pinch hit, 2-run tater. And the Broncos grab the lead. It's 3-2. Well, Rachel Cook and UNLV can really swing the bats. You see their numbers here coming into the series. 41 home runs, just shy of the most in the Mountain West. Under 1 home run a game. That number likely will take an uptick as they get on the plane and board back to Las Vegas this evening. They've swung it well again today, already won over the wall. Justin Schultz had a lot of praise for this team. He said they're similar to Boise State quite a bit, kind of a slow start, but they found their own. Biggest thing for him, he said they swing with confidence and kind of pass the ball to each other, find a way to win. And they found something in the long ball this weekend. And Craig, just generally speaking, not a lot of people saw this coming. They were picked toward the bottom of the Mountain West preseason poll, yet here they are, and they're still in contention for the league title.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you see those preseason polls, it's based on what do you have coming back, what have you done a year ago. I think Fedek, obviously being a freshman, has had a huge impact in the circle for them. And they've just found something offensively this year with this lineup.
The Broncos picked 4th in the preseason poll. Them and San Diego State tied 6-12. Their records this year. Craig, you know this league extremely well. I don't think that anybody would have seen that coming.
No, and San Diego State's obviously been the top team in this conference for quite a while. Obviously, Nevada did win the regular season a year ago and will host the conference tournament this year. But Justin Schultz has said time and time again, the road to the conference tournament still goes through San Diego. And of course, the Aztecs won the conference tournament last year.
Rachel Cook in a 1-2 hole. 1 for 6 this weekend. Rolls one over to Rusty Riley. Fields her position well, transitioning over from catcher to first, just like Seppa. 1 down. And to your point, Craig, Schultz has said that San Diego State kind of runs the show since he's been here. He wants to get this program, when they get to the Pac-12 next year, where the buck stops as far as going to postseason play. Obviously not going according to plan this year. Meanwhile, for UNLV, they will be staying in the Mountain West next year, and you have to think they're feeling pretty good about that. Grand Canyon, of course, will stick around in the league, and they figure to be a force to come, but UNLV, with a lot of young talent, they have to be feeling great about Mountain West play moving forward. This is the last scheduled matchup between these two, as far as we know. Kind of an era coming to a close between two longtime rivals in several different sports. There have been some memorable battles between the Broncos and UNLV, no matter which way you slice it.
When you look around the conference, and in many of the sports, the teams that are leaving for the Pac-12 have been the better teams. Utah State in men's basketball, obviously San Diego State, Colorado State in women's basketball, Broncos and Utah State in soccer, volleyball, Colorado State the dominant team. But in softball this year, it's the teams that are staying in the Mountain West that are at the top of the standings.
Lila Gonzalez 1 for 5. The UNLV shortstop has added a walk this weekend. Down 0-2 here. Well, Ray McNamara tried to get her to chase, instead runs it to 1-2.
And I think the other thing we could look at, obviously we talked about the success of the women's basketball program at UNLV, but the football team, what they've done the last few years, they've just been second to Boise State. With Boise State leaving, UNLV's football has got to feel like it's the premier team in the conference, and that can help your other programs as well.
What a pitch by Lola Ray McNamara. Goes back to the off-speed stuff and another strikeout. Give her 4 on the afternoon. Facing Bree Williams. Struck out looking in her first plate appearance. Bree and 1 on Bree Williams, who is nothing if not an on-base machine. 30-game on-base streak broken in this series. Also set the program record with 9 RBI against Quinnipiac earlier this year. Strike two, big pitch there by Lola Ray McNamara, and Boise State one strike away from another 1-2-3 inning.
And that's the example right there what we've been talking about. Location-wise, that's not a good pitch for a hitter in a 3-1 count, but because of the type of pitch it was, not what Williams is looking for, and she winds up laying off a strike.
Now, Bree Williams, a home run against Boise State last year, has torched the Broncos with a 3-run double yesterday. And looking to get on base, keep the line moving for the Rebels here. Payoff. Just got a piece. Lola Ray McNamara, great swing and miss stuff as evidenced by her 79 strikeouts this season and her maiden voyage. Looking for a big strikeout, number 80 here. Instead, Williams hammers it foul. Another good crowd on hand here at Donald Larson Park. Boise State doing some great things attendance-wise at its home stadium. Fourth to last game this season for Broncos softball on its home confines. What an at-bat by Bree Williams. Talked about Boise State's approach and looking to work the count. Bree Williams just a master at that. Ultimately wins that battle, records base knock number 2 for UNLV. And 2-out base runner.
A 6-pitch at bat to open the ball game, and then 8 pitches there. So she is working the count against Lola Ray McNamara today. Now she's going to be replaced for a pinch runner.
We saw them do this yesterday. Maddie Scott is on to run.
And again, I just find it unusual that you have a leadoff hitter that you're going to run for. Usually a leadoff hitter is one of your best speedsters.
It was interesting we saw them do it yesterday, but for the purpose of a defensive replacement, because Williams was ran for in the 6th, and they put Gwen Burnett, a good glove, out in right field. But to your point, a little unconventional. Scott does have some elite speed down on first base. UNLV doesn't run a ton. 38 for 45 stealing bags this year. Scott is 2 for 3 on the first base bag. Maya Lopez out forward in the circle. Broncos first-year pitching coach. He stops at Cal Baptist. Really strong playing career at Arizona and Oklahoma. Getting a word in with Lola Ray McNamara. Broncos retooled the staff this past offseason, and Coach Justin Schultz has had a lot of praise for the way that they're conducting their business. Bottom line for his pitchers, he said it's been more surviving than it has been thriving. We'll see them put themselves in a position to win. Lola Ray McNamara has done that today. Trying to battle against Natalie Turner, who's 0 for 1, grounded out in her first plate appearance. Scott takes a big jump off of first. Retreats, and it's 2-0 on Turner, who shared that when she got in the portal after a good career at Troy, she just kind of wanted to see what the West was like, so she focused in on those schools. And Las Vegas, of course, very attracted to her, and UNLV ultimately the West Coast school that she decided to work her way to. 9-game hitting streak. 156 games, 125 starts at Troy. Started her career at Southern Union Community College. 2-1. Lola Ray again a strike away from sending us to the bottom of the 3rd. 3 hits versus Utah Tech for Turner. That was part of a span where she went 8 for 10 at the plate in early March. Absolutely a spark plug in this UNLV lineup. 2-2. Lola Ray takes something off, and this is her spot. Count full. Kiana Chavez waits on deck if Turner can reach. Payoff. Got her swinging. Lola Ray dials it up. 5 strikeouts on the afternoon for Boise State's ace. UNLV threatens, but the Broncos keep them at bay. Another K, and we're deadlocked at 1.